I never forget the t-shirt.
No.
Because it lives like right there behind the camera.
Oh, do you ever wash the t-shirt, Malc?
No, because look, I have another t-shirt underneath.
Oh, that's
very kind.
That is so good. No, good for you, man. Well, actually, to be honest, when I do my session, you don't actually break out into a sweat, do you?
Don't tell the viewers that.
No, I'm the one that's really doing all the work.
Oh, I don't break out in sweat.
Yeah. No, I do.
Yeah.
My gosh, No, this week, we're progressing. It's getting a bit kind of, I don't know what the word is. My first race that we decide is only 2.5 weeks away, but I'm still a little bit in rehab, eh? So that's kind of the balance. So I know today, we talked about how to handle my first race, my first 5K. This was going to be my first attempt at breaking my first personal best.
Yeah.
Right, at 21:05. But the reality is
that was plan A.
That was plan A. We're now, I guess plan B still, right?
Plan B we haven't gone to C yet.
Not C, no, we're still at plan B.
Yeah.
And now the idea, I think, that we're going to do is not to push it, just to make it a marker in the sand. Maybe run the first couple of K at 5 minutes.
I just remembered something.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll keep going, Malc, right? Yeah, that's okay. And so run the first couple of K at 5 minutes, and then see how I feel. 5-minute Ks, and then just see how I feel. Oh yeah, that's better. And we'll just see how the race goes. So obviously I don't want to do any more injury, but I just like to get the race feel. And I think that's something you talked about. I mean, it's actually worth going out and doing it, isn't it? Just
because it's
a bit of a
mental. There's kind of like no chance of collateral damage really. There's no real negative. It's a short distance to go the race. It doesn't cost that much money. And
it's just like, Airdrie, just down the road.
It's only a 5K.
Yeah. And I think also mentally, just actually doing a race, I just think it's a positive. It's just getting out there and doing it. It's almost like going through the motions, but I think it's a good thing to do. So so that's what we're going to try in 2.5 weeks. Is the Airdrie 5K. I'll give that a shot. But still on the rocky road to recovery, I guess we call it. But no, we did some testing again today. Just checked the contact time on both feet, very close. I think you call it the pronation. Still a little bit of. I'm still favouring this leg a little bit, right? This front.
A fraction. Just a little bit of a difference. That one metric that we keep looking at all the time, just to see.
Is that the pronation one? Is that what you call it?
Yeah. So essentially, it's really kind of in this joint how much we're going to roll the ankle joint in or out.
Yeah.
Critically, it's really the max deviation that we measure is actually how much the ankle is rolling in this way. And we're just using that at the moment as a marker of where you are compared to your normal self when you're uninjured. So we're not far off. We're almost kind of back to where we want to be.
Right.
And enough that we can do something with the training.
Okay, so
the critical bit.
And of course, this weekend you got me lined up for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, 20 minutes on the elliptical, 40 on the treadmill, and then Sunday's probably the big test. 30 minutes on the elliptical, an hour on the treadmill. And I think we'll kind of see what's going on.
We will see what's going on because there's really just two outcomes of that. So
good, so sink or swim, I guess. So
it kind of is in a little bit.
Hopefully, we'll see where we're at.
The sink shouldn't be too bad. It's just really a case of we want to get a clear picture of where we're at with this, and if you can run for an hour at a decent pace, we know we can start to move ahead with doing something with the training. Okay. If not, we're still definitely in
rehab mode kind of thing. It's been a bit of a long haul. It's over 2 months now, but I heard this type of an injury, the overextended ankle ligaments, can be can take a few months. It's a tricky one.
Yeah, absolutely. What we've done, as we explained last week, is we've managed it. We've gone through all the standard protocols. Then we've had a physio come in and give it an assessment as well, and then now we're moving forward with just gradually bring it back. So.
But it's tough because we're getting into race season. I mean, I've been reading the newspapers, reading the magazines. They've all got going. I mean, it's things are happening. It won't be long before Boston and New York,
Boston's 2
and
weeks
London.
away.
London. So once you get into race season, I'll be itching to go. But obviously, we just got to see how it goes. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So carry on, I think, is what we're, keep calm and carry on, right? That's where we're at.
And I think as we go on through the weeks, people who listen can get something out of it, because they can see the process that we're going through to come back to the goals.
Well, I hope so. It's when you're in the soup, you kind of wonder if you're going to get out of it. But I'm optimistic, and I just got to keep with the program, I think. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, let's move on to my favorite time.
Yeah.
Ask Eminem.
Yeah.
Now this week's an interesting question, Mo, because I have a question from Jennifer in Vancouver.
Okay.
And Jennifer says that she likes the show, and she's been recovering from injury, but she's a full-time mother with 2 children and very busy.
Yeah.
And her question is, what's my best opportunity or plan to stay fit? Is it long runs? Is it the short runs? She's been hearing about this very short, sort of 20-second workout. Have you heard about this?
Well, I know I've heard of
Yeah. So she says, and this is really to you, Malc. Malc, what's my best plan as a busy mum? Now, it's kind of interesting because we were talking, and you've been busy this week with young Johnny.
That's right.
So
I'm not a mum.
No, but you're a parent, and tell them about young Johnny, right? You've been looking after the young lad, eh?
I can just say very briefly what I'm up to right now.
Yeah, sure.
And then maybe answer the question. So the last week is or has been. In fact, this week is the same, which is from about say 9 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the evening, sort of full time looking after a 7-month-old baby. And so my plan of action is pretty simple. It's kind of get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and have a period of time where everything gets done. Emails get checked and the running happens basically, or whatever workout it is you're doing happens at that time.
Yeah.
And then boom, like 9 o'clock, it's then you're on to your job of looking after the baby. But you've got whatever you needed to get out of the way at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's done. And then the other thing, of course, is just being super flexible. So this week, I don't have a rigid schedule at the moment. I don't say, okay, every single morning I'm going to run like 40 minutes exactly or whatever. So it's about just staying mentally flexible. And with the babies, you don't know. You get up in the morning, you don't know whether you're going to be tired or whether you're going to feel okay. So you kind of have a loose plan of if I get 3 workouts done this week, that's pretty good news. So
but just on that, okay. So there's, parents, family, work, all these pressures, right?
Oh yeah.
So time's critical.
Yeah.
So I've been reading and hearing about, and I tend to do sort of longer workouts, long, slow, maybe some intervals and so on. But I've been hearing about these 1-minute things. No, I'm serious. They're saying you in 1 minute, if you do this high intensity thing, it's as good as a 30-minute run. And so is this hype? Is it? Well, no, I'm serious. It's out there. People are hearing this.
Yeah.
Doctors are promoting it.
Right.
These so-called, credit that this is the 1-minute runner, the 1-minute workout. What do you think about it?
Well, it depends what you want to do. It depends what you actually want to achieve. So if you're trying to get somebody off the couch to do something rather than nothing, then that's completely valid. You're doing some kind of work, some kind of physiological metabolic work for a minute. That's great. That's better than sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Agreed.
But if your goal is to actually get fitter
that's the claim. Sense. The claim is this 1-minute thing, whatever, I don't know, maybe it's 5 minutes, is as good as, I'm just saying, sort of whatever, 30, 45, 45-minute work. I'm just saying, do you...
It's BS.
Oh, seriously?
It can't be.
Are you serious?
No, absolutely, it can't be. So the amount of time that you put your body under the right amount of stress is critical. And so if you do some kind of high intensity interval training, basically what happens very, very quickly that you do that is you switch on a deep part of the brain, right? The deep part of the brain called the hypothalamus will get switched on immediately, and you basically, that part of the nervous system, won't get too complicated, but there's 2 parts of the nervous system. The one part of the nervous system you're going to switch on is basically to do with your survival reflex. It's to do with the body protecting itself. And it's not a very good state to put yourself in, unless you're in real kind of danger. And so when you really kind of do something really high intensity, with not much of a warm up or any warm up at all. You just kind of go straight into something real high intensity. You just switch the brain into that state. You don't want to do that. That's a really suboptimal state to be in. So no, if you actually are serious about gaining fitness, you need to be working in a zone, really in kind of like the max aerobic zone is kind of the ultimate place to be. So where you're dominantly aerobic, you're not crossing over into the intensity is so high that now you're working, working dominantly anaerobically. And you're really stressing the body and the brain. You don't want to do that. You want to keep the body and the brain relaxed, but you want to work in this kind of dominantly aerobic sort of area, which is not high intensity. And you want to do that for a prolonged period of time.
Well, okay, so let's talk time now. So busy person. What's sort of the minimum time? You know, just because. Well, what would you? I mean, is it 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45? What's it? I've heard traditionally 30 minutes.
Yeah,
30
minutes would be totally fine. I mean,
is that 20 minutes?
20 minutes and you're kind of into a grey area, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I can just speak from the experience of 11, 12 years of coaching and say that generally most people warm up in the 10 to 20 minute range. So your first 10 to 20 minutes for most people is just warming up, and you're just kind of getting into the rhythm of whatever it is, the sport that you're doing. And so really, like if I prescribe any exercise, I always say to people, like the first 20 minutes is just, that's not even part of the main workout generally. At that point, I mean, it's just all kinds of things happening, like core body temperature raise, there's neuromuscular switch on, there's all kinds of different things happening, brain stuff happening. And so, I would say that 20 minutes you're still in this kind of grey area of are you really getting much out of it? When you get to 30 minutes, I agree that 30 minutes
it's would be... not bad, eh?
Yeah, then you're getting something out of it, definitely. So there's a meaningful training stimulus on the body then that it can adapt to. When you start going beyond 30, I mean, obviously you're getting more and more benefit.
Out of it, yeah. So just to pull it together then, just, as I say, for Jennifer and for yourself and the other folks. 30 minutes a week?
Would be really good.
Is that solid? Is that good?
That would be
there we
start.
Go, right? 1.5 hours a week out of 168 hours in a week. It's pretty wild, eh?
Yeah, I know.
But that would be good, wouldn't it? And if folks could get into that routine, that'd be pretty good.
That would be great. That would be a good start, I think. Yeah, and really, what you're doing in a lot of this is you don't want to get twisted up over the physical part and the physiology and the fitness, because a lot of it is just here, right? And what you're doing at 3 times a week, what you're actually doing is you're doing enough bouts of exercise that it starts to become like a routine in your head. So it's not that there's some magic happens between doing 2 a week and 3 a week physically. It's more actually the case that in your brain, once you get to like 3 or 4 times a week, it's actually
a behavioural thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a routine thing. Suddenly it becomes a routine that okay, this is coming tomorrow, and I'm prepared for this now.
That's right.
At 2 sessions a week, it's still very loose mentally. It's still very much like, well, I could do 2 sessions Monday, Tuesday, and then give myself the rest of the week off. Which is kind of self-defeating, really. And it's more with all of this stuff. It's actually really all here. The body bit just kind of happens naturally anyway. All right. So
basically 90 minutes a week. Find your 3:30s.
Yeah.
And you're on a good path.
You're doing fine then. Yeah.